का नहीं वस्त्र, ये ध्वज देश की शान है, हर भारतीय के दिलों का स्वाभिमान है।
यही है गंगा, यही है हिमालय, यही हिंद की जान है, और तीनों रंगों में रंगा हुआ ये अपना हिंदुस्तान है।
With this, I, Yasha Pawar,
and I, Aryan Morye,
welcome you all to celebrate India's 77th Independence Day. On 15th August 1947, India got its independence from the British rule after almost 300 years. This was done with the sacrifices of many of our freedom fighters. Some of them we praise even today, and some who the nation doesn't even know about.
Our independence from the British rule was a very long drawn process. Freedom fighters are the ones who sacrificed their lives so that we could live freely in an independent India.
On this Independence Day, let's pay our respects to all those who sacrificed their lives to liberate India from the tyranny of the British. Now, we shall proceed to the flag hosting ceremony. While celebrating Independence Day, it is vital to follow the right etiquette while hoisting the flag to uphold our country's character. So we request everyone present here to salute the tricolour and pay respect to our nation's pride. For the flag hoisting, I request our principal, Ms. Monica Jaiswal, and our first 10th batch representators, our alumni, Ms. Sejal Pendekar and SVM Palwalkar. everyone to please assemble in the amphitheatre. In the next few minutes, we shall continue our program in the hall.
We would begin with patriotic dance performed by learners of grade 1 and grade 5.
Now coming before us are grades 5, 6 and 7 for singing Ye Mere Pyare Watan. Even I am feeling very patriotic about our country. With this, let us welcome grades 3 and 4 for a dance. Brilliant efforts, learners. Now comes the let us call grade 3, 4 and 5 on the stage for performing Sare Jahan Se Acha.
We shall now proceed to the performance by.
Now comes the senior most classes, grade 8, 9 and 10 to sing Maa Tujhe Salam.
तेरे पास ही मैं आ रहा हूँ, अपनी बाहें खोल दे, जोर से मुझको गले लगा ले, मुझको फिर वो प्यार दे।
तेरे पास ही मैं आ रहा हूँ, अपनी बाहें
Miss Sejal, we all are here.
Ours is the land of sages, known for bravery for ages. None can with it compete, its culture none can beat. Whatever caste or religion, all live here in unison. Good morning everyone, I am Sejal Pednikar. Happy 77th Independence Day to one and all present here. I am honored to celebrate the Independence Day over here. Thank you for inviting me. The performance today was splendid. I really enjoyed it. 15th of August in 1947 is an important day in Indian history. A day of honor and pride for every Indian citizen. As we celebrate our 77th Independence Day, we must remember the struggles and sacrifices of our freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for this great nation, from Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagat Singh and many others who fought for our freedom. We must honor and respect their sacrifices. We must continue to carry forward the spirit of freedom and determination that our forefathers displayed during the struggle for independence. We must strive to build a better and stronger India where everyone has equal rights and opportunities. On this special day, I would like to quote Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes." This quote reminds us that freedom is not only about being able to speak and act as we please, but it involves the responsibility of making our choices and living with the consequences. In conclusion, I want to remind you that our freedom is something we must cherish and protect. Our forefathers sacrificed a great deal to get us where we are today, and we must never take it for granted. Let us celebrate this day with pride, committing ourselves to work together as a nation to build a brighter future. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sejal. Now I request Master SVM Panvalkar to share his views.
A very warm welcome to each one of you on this momentous occasion of our 77th Independence Day. Today we gather here as a united school community to reflect upon the freedom and independence that our nation has cherished for 7.5 decades. First and foremost, let me express my gratitude towards our teachers, staff and management for organizing this grand event. This is an honor for me to stand before you today as a representative of 11th grade students who hold not only the responsibility but also the promise to shape the future of our beloved nation. Independence Day holds a special place in our hearts. It reminds us the countless sacrifices made by our freedom fighters who fought tirelessly to liberate from foreign rule. It is a day to reflect upon the struggles faced by our ancestors and a day to appreciate the incredible progress we have achieved since then. In conclusion, my fellow students, I urge you to remember the sacrifices made by the forefathers through our actions. Let us strive to make our nation proud by contributing positively towards the betterment of society. May this 77th Independence Day bring us together to celebrate not just our freedom but also collective aspirations for a brighter future. Let us embrace the spirit of independence and carve a path towards progress. Thank you.
Thank you, SVM. Last but not the least, I would like to call our Principal Ma'am for addressing everyone present here.
My dear learners, colleagues, trustees, parents and associates, a very happy 77th Independence Day. On this auspicious occasion, I wholeheartedly welcome Sejal and SVM once again. May you both be an inspiration for the legacy of SVM to be carried forward by our next senior-most batch and batches to come. Children, every year we come together to celebrate our Independence Day and also commemorate this day to recall the sacrifices of thousands and thousands of patriots who lost their lives to gain the Independence Day for Bharat. Today's Bharat is built by the blood and sweat of our forefathers, and so we are a generation who have incredible past, a hope-filled present, and a glorious future, or the Swarnakal, it is as it is now said. And whenever I get an opportunity to address you all together, I think deeply about how my thoughts can encourage and motivate you. This time I was just wondering that we have heard many stories from the past and the heroes whom we study as history now. But we at times are ignorant about the ones who still exist and are amongst us alive, and their lives are a huge source of inspiration and energy for all of us. Today, I want to talk about one such personality. I would first share his pearls of wisdom, which according to him, no school teaches. And then I'll share a few interesting true stories from his life. Any guesses? It's none other than our beloved Sir Ratan Tata. Now please listen carefully and always try to keep this in your mind. His first pearl of wisdom is, get used to the ups and downs of life. In life, things are never always good or always bad. Learn to go with the flow and make the best of any situation. So learners, as you are all in this age, different ages, you must also take it to yourself and reflect while handling the tough situations and also while digesting success. People respect you more if you respect yourself. Do not show off before you prove yourself. So when we talk about this as a pearls of wisdom, self-esteem, self-dignity, self-respect, self-discipline. It's sometimes, fun to be the clown of the class and be a people pleaser. And both are dangerous kinds of personality. So avoid becoming one. Do not make the mistake of thinking you can get a high post or attain overnight success after graduating college. It takes a lot of hard work and effort. This is very important, the next one. If you think your teacher is strict, scary, hard and dangerous, wait until you meet your boss. Your old teachers will pale in comparison. Do not blame yourself for your defeat. Just learn from your mistakes and move forward. Both success and failure is temporary. Your parents were not as boring and unimaginative before you were born. They matured after caring for you and nurturing you. So respect them. Consolation prizes are only in school. In reality, the rules are different for those who fail. There are no second chances for losers. In real life, you do not get vacation after a few months of work like you do in school. You do not get the luxury of teachers. In adult life, you have to rely on yourself and teach yourself. What is shown on TV screens is not the reality of life. In reality, there is work, work and only work. Study constantly and work hard. Do not tease your friends. Listen this also, this is the last one, but listen it very carefully. Do not tease your friends. There may come a time that you have to work under them. So, when I talk about this personality, children, in 2008, how many of you remember that something very disastrous happened in India? What happened? Taj was attacked. Hotel Taj was attacked by a group of terrorists from Pakistan, isn't it? And so now I'll share a few incidents which will show you and which will teach you how can we be patriots even in today's life. Few months after 26/11, Taj group of hotels owned by Tata launched their biggest tender ever for remodeling all their hotels in India and abroad. Some of the Pakistani companies also applied for that tender. To make their bid stronger, two big industrialists from Pakistan visited Bombay House, head office of Tata in Mumbai, without an appointment to meet up Mr. Ratan Tata, since he was not giving them any prior appointment. They were made to wait at the reception of Bombay House, and after a few hours, a message was conveyed to them that Ratan Tata is busy and cannot meet anyone without a prior appointment. Frustrated, these two Pakistani industrialists went to Delhi and through their high commission met up the then minister. The minister immediately called up Ratan Tata, requesting him to meet up with the two Pakistani industrialists and consider their tender enthusiastically. Ratan Tata simply replied, "You could be shameless, I am not," and he put the phone down. In spite of being an industrialist, he also refused to sell Tata Sumos to Pakistan. There's a very recent story a few years back, which I'd like to share. It is about his connection with a young boy who graduated in 2014 and started working at Tata Group. Shantanu Naidu. Now once this boy was returning from the work and he saw the dead body of a dog lying in the middle of the road. The scene was hard hitting for him. He called a few friends and designed a collar which had reflectors on it, so that drivers can see the dog from far. The collars were a huge success and Shantanu's work was featured in the Tata Group of Companies newsletters. Shantanu's father asked him to write a letter to Ratan Tata. Initially, he was hesitant, but later wrote him a handwritten letter and forgot all about it. From designing collars with reflectors for stray dogs to creating his team, Motopaws, Shantanu grabbed the attention of Ratan Tata. 2 months later, he received a letter that changed his life. The letter was from Ratan Tata himself. He told him, "I'm deeply touched by the work you do." Eventually, Shantanu's project of designing collars was fully funded by Ratan Tata. Today, also at the age of 85, he has invested in a startup called Goodfellows. That also has been initiated by Shantanu. And you know, children, what is the purpose of this Goodfellows? Anyone has heard about it? This is about loaning companionship to elderly people who are all alone. And these young graduates get selected through a range of criteria and are paid salary for doing so. So their duty is to take care of the old fellows. They take them out for a walk, they sit with them, talk to them, and also, you know, take them to the doctor and take care of them. And they try to, you know, be a part of their loneliness and offer company. Whether it is about purchasing Air India back and taking it to the global standards, he only and only thinks about how he can take India forward even today. Let's learn from their good qualities. I remember an incident I read long back in the newspaper. Once, Ratan Tata and a few of his officers were traveling in a car, and suddenly on the way, the car got punctured. And so there was a tea stall on the roadside, and all of them went to have tea. But there they saw that Ratan Tata was missing. He was not there. And what was he doing? Do you know, children? He was helping the driver to change the punctured tire. So, you know, your small deeds define you, and staying humble and grounded is one of the best human qualities. In spite of being a Harvard graduate, he had nothing to boast about. I've just shared a few of his life incidents, but go and read. There are many more such inspiring stories which will teach you patriotism in today's sense. Selfless works always draws attention, and courage makes you big. That's why think big, dream big, and work hard. India today has excellent vision, not for the next 5 years, but for the next 50 years. And the day is not far when you will all be called the citizens of the developed nation. And with this hope, I conclude my speech. Thank you. Vande Mataram. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. You always inspire us. With the puffed chest, pride swallowing our eyes, I thank the Almighty for giving us independence for thought and action.
I propose a vote of thanks to our eminent trustees, our mentor and leader, Ms. Monica Jaiswal, our respected teachers and enthusiastic learners who made this day a special one. A special mention to the evergreen co-curricular team of SVM who put up a mesmerizing zeal in each one of us. A kind gratitude to the admin staff, support staff and security personnel. हम भारतीय एक हैं और एक रहेंगे। इसी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ मैं यशा पवार
मैं आर्यन मौर्य
आपसे आज्ञा लेते हैं। जय हिंद।